Hey, okay, in this video, if you are a digital marketing agency owner or a freelancer or someone in the marketing space that wants to get more small business clients or more clients in general, I'm going to show you the most successful strategy that we ever deployed in our agency to generate about $15,000 in monthly recurring revenue, okay? It's going to be a 7-step system. I'm going to lay it all out here for you, and stick around to the end because at the end, I'm going to explain how you can get a sort of a package of all the assets we use here, the letter, mailing lists, things like this we use to grow this, okay? So stick around to the end and we'll tell you how to get that. But for now, let's jump right into this. So I could try and keep this to 10 or 12 minute video, but the whole revolving piece of this is these are a barrel of monkeys. This is a toy from when I was a kid. I don't know, depending on how old you are, if you remember, this was a barrel. You could get a bunch of these and you would try and pick them all up at once, right? It was an interesting game that I had probably when I was a young kid. And I used to do a lot of direct mail in our HVAC company we had, and I used to do that as basically a for hire service as well, prior to like the days of Facebook ads and YouTube ads and things like this. Now, when we were running our first agency doing retainer-based work, primarily Facebook ads and some Google pay-per-click, we got really good at running leads, running services for debt relief companies in Canada, right? And we had a couple provinces where we had clients. We were like, wouldn't it be great to have one of these in every city in Canada? Wouldn't it be amazing to have like 12 or 15 clients? They're each paying us $2 or $3 grand a month, and that would be it. That would be our whole business. We'd be at 20 or 30 grand a month. Hooray, right? So I basically devised this strategy that I'd kind of, pieced it together before in my head from following people like Gary Halpert and Dan Kennedy and reading their material in the past and doing direct mail. I thought, well, what do we have to do here? What do we have to achieve to sell these people? Because cold calling I hated doing. I used to sell Yellow Page advertising in my past. Hated going in there every day because I had a list of like 50 businesses to cold call. And trust me, most people didn't want to hear from the Yellow Pages sales rep, right? So I didn't want to do that. I didn't, people weren't searching this. I wasn't going to rank a site organically. I didn't want to pay pay-per-click ads. I didn't think I could run Facebook ads at the time to acquire people. So I said, I got to get to them. How can I get to them? Well, I can't knock on their door because I'm in Nova Scotia, almost as far east as we can get in Canada. And, I want to focus westerly, right, out from our province west. So I said, well, direct mail's the way. So I know how to get all their names. I can buy a mailing list. I bought a mailing list from Info Canada at the time, which changed into Sales Genie, but there's all kinds of places you can buy mailing lists. You can get them at mailinglists.com if you're in the US. What you want to do is search by SIC code. It's a particular code that each industry has, and you can buy a list of businesses in your state, city, zip code, whatever, pretty much wherever you want in the States, which is great. So if you want to target every roofer in Arizona, you can do it, right? If you want to target every roofer just in Tucson, you can do it, right? That's at the heart of this, right? It's very targeted marketing. So let's get into this. What do you need? What is the overall encompassing strategy? Well, here's what it is. It's a direct mail piece. It was a 4-page letter that we sent. I've got the letter right here. This was again to debt companies, so we had an intriguing headline. If you give me 10 minutes, I'll show you how one Canadian bankruptcy trustee generated 24 qualified leads in just 17 days, plus how you can get 3 free leads. So that was the intro. So it was intriguing enough. They're like, yeah, 24 leads in 17 days, I want that. Been paying this guy or gal $1,000 a month on Facebook ads, and I got diddly squat, right? And they're going to be 3 free leads. All right, let's see what's up. Now, keep in mind, when they see this letter, they also had monkeys in there with it, which I'll explain how that's tied in a second. So here's what would happen. We'd send this envelope, which is a greeting card size envelope, white. We would handwrite the person's name and their address on here, but not their business name, from the mailing list we bought. We'd put our return address, handwrite it as well, but not our business name, and we would use a real stamp. No indicia, no like a mass postage you could do at the post office. We would fold up our letter. We would drop in our monkeys. Here's the takeaway with this. This makes it lumpy. So think about this. The receptionist or office manager, whatever, at that place of business gets a greeting card or invitation size envelope that's lumpy, that's handwritten, not to their business, but to an individual, the decision maker. They're not going to open it for them, right? What if it's like from their sister for their wedding? Or what if it's like, who knows, to their parents' 50th wedding anniversary or something? The admin or manager in the office isn't going to open that, so it gets passed through. They get it, and they're like, I wonder what that is. It's lumpy. Let's check it out. They open it up. Goal number 1 achieved. You've now made contact with the decision maker at a business that you would like to sell services to in the niche that you have expertise in. Great, right? Now, outside of that, what the heck do the monkeys have to do with this, right? Well, here it is. the first line of this, I'm not going to read the whole letter because it's like story time with my kids, but here's the idea. My name is Ian Henman. I'm a financial lead generation expert in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Picture me, that's me below. Tip I took from the Giorgio letters from Dan Kennedy in his magnetic marketing program from like a decade ago that I got, right? Reason I sent you this letter is I have something important to share, plus something to offer you for free. And then I say, aside from the monkeys. More on those later. So I talk a little bit about this system, a couple lines. We've got Facebook ads, running debt leads. It's working. We're looking for someone in each city. And I've recorded a 10-minute video I want to show them a case study of. And all they have to do is visit this page I made just for them, so which is debtleadsystem.com /Clark-Henning. That was the business I was targeting. So it was we call those a PURL, a personalized URL, so it looked very much for them. Then I said here, if you find the video boring, I don't think you will, I've included 2 monkeys from the classic Barrel of Monkeys game you can play with to help pass the time, right? There we go. So I've kind of hooked them at that point, right? If they're interested in marketing and they're a potential prospect and they would want more leads, we've got them probably to check it out, right? Plus the fact we've personalized it, I addressed it, it's not a mass mailing, it's hi Dave, right? And then it's linking to their, I'm talking to their trustee name, right? Then I included some other stuff. I included a few example leads, a screenshot from my Gmail inbox, 11 leads in a 7-day period. Where I'm at now, this was in 2018, so that's only 4 years ago. But, if you've watched my video on our 2022 year where I talk about doing I think we did 125,000 leads or something like that, business has changed a little bit. But at the time, this was pretty kick ass at the time, right? So these were long form leads. I showed exactly what data we got them, right? We got their, how much debt they have, if there's any tax debt owing, student loans, if they've got a house, if they, how much can they afford a month, their email, their name, their phone, consent to call them, all kinds of stuff like that, right? So it was a very intricate letter that we sent them that really sold them. Plus we had this personalized URL. Plus I mentioned we had a 10-minute video. Okay, so that's the over-encompassing thing of the system that what we did. We used this lumpy mail package with a direct mail sales letter sent right to a decision maker from a list we bought by SAC code. Could have been roofers. We've done it for roofers, done it for HVAC companies. It's worked every time. The results we got with this was about $15,000 in monthly recurring revenue we added to our bottom line by doing this, right? We acquired 5 to 6 new debt clients after we mailed it out to the number, I think we sent it to 50 or 60. We had an excellent response, right? I'm going to get a little bit into the nitty gritty of it right at this point, but I've talked for 7.5 minutes. This is a lot of attention you give me, so I want to say 3 things. First thing, if you're enjoying this, please like the video, subscribe so you make sure and turn on notifications for my channel so you get all these videos as I put them out, because I want to provide great value here on this platform to people like you who are other digital marketing professionals. The second thing is there is a link in the description underneath this video which will take you over to my site, ianhenman.com, and you can download the letter I took and a little bit of an overview of the system in a little bit more depth, right? A couple links on where you could check out for lists and things like that. But if you don't know where to start for a sales letter, you can get that by clicking the link underneath this right now. All right, so let's jump back in to the nitty gritty of it. So here's the thing. For this to work, there are a couple things you need. You need to have results for a particular market, be it landscapers, candlestick makers, bakers, I don't care, but someone you can show results for. This is hard to do if you've done nothing. If you haven't done anything, then you don't have a case study to help for people to believe you that you can do what you're going to say. So in this case, we had a case study, a successful list of leads we could show people in a video. We showed them the landing page. We showed them the leads like I did in here with the inbox. I would go to my Gmail inbox and they could see the leads that had come in. We could show them the data they got, right? We had some quantifiable numbers on what closing percentage our client had received on those leads. So that was very believable for them. So if you have that for one market, then you can go sell that to other people. And this brings up a whole nother thing, which I'll make another video on, but just to touch on it briefly right here. This is a great business model, right? A lot of generalist digital marketers get into this industry and they try and get 10 or 12 clients in their local geography, and they got a chiropractor, they got a roofer, they got a plumber, they got a bathroom remodeler, they got a few different clients, but they're all different industries in their area, right? A much better way to scale your business and your income is to get really good at one niche and then find 10 or 20 of them in 10 or 20 cities so you can just duplicate the thing you've got. You can duplicate the landing page, the ads and everything, which means you get more mileage out of your great work, right? So if you've got a wicked ad that works on YouTube for plumbers, well, don't just run it in wherever you're at, Boston, right? Run it in 20 cities, right? Go find more plumbers to run this for and use your success you've got in Boston to scale out your success in other cities, okay? Okay, back to the point here. So you need to have results. Now, with those results, you want to make a simple case study video. This does not need to be fancy. Use Loom. Just record some important pieces. Think about what they want to see. They want to see proof that you've done what you're talking about so that they can believe that you could do it for them. Because if they want to grow their business, they want to believe that what you're telling them will work. They want to believe that. You just need to knock off the doubts they've got in their mind, the mental objections that are getting in the way, okay? If you can achieve that, then this system will work for you, right? Now, the second key piece here is we did personalize the URL. Is that a must? Not necessarily. I think it helps. The reason we did it at the time was because we wanted to be able to track when people went to the URLs, right? We wanted to see what impressions happened on the URL. So if the Clark Henning URL got a view, we knew that someone got the letter and they went to the page. No one accidentally would type in that URL. So then we could call or email them if they didn't respond, which is exactly what we did. If after 3 or 4 days, one of two things happened. Nothing happened. There was no impressions on the URL, or we did see that someone visited the URL in Google Analytics or in ClickFunnels at the time where we made that page, and then we could call them up and email them. And don't forget, we sent them monkeys, so we can say like, hey, we're the guys and gals that sent the monkeys to you. Can we talk to you just a little bit about that? And it really, really lowered it lowered everyone's defensive to being sold, right? By sending monkeys in the envelope, right? So that's pretty much it, right? So the concept in a nutshell is, if you want to get more clients, you're good at one niche right now, you know you could scale this out, then these are the steps you need to do. 1, go find a list. Well, first, make sure you've got proof. But 2, go buy a list of that business from mailinglist.com or InfoUSA or somebody that can sell you the mailing list and the name and the phone number of that business, right? That's the first thing. The second thing, make a short video with Loom or ScreenFlow or Camtasia or whatever you're going to use to show your proof of concept, your proof that you get results. So you can put that on a landing page. Then on that landing page, it's super simple. The landing page is basically like reiteration of headline, thanks for checking this out from the letter, ScreenFlow video or Loom video, form underneath, right, to claim their 3 free leads or whatever it is. Because if you recall in my headline, I said here how you can get 3 free leads. If people signed up with us and agreed, we'd start their account up for free before we'd invoice them and give them 3 leads for free on us, just to show that we really had good faith in what we were doing. Then if they didn't want to continue, they could not pay us that first invoice, but we'd pause it after 3 leads. So it might cost us $60 or something like that, right? But keep in mind, this whole campaign probably costs us $250, $300 to send out plus time, and then maybe $60 in leads for each client. So it was totally worth $360, $300 for the campaign and $60 for those leads for the one client to get a client that paid $2 or $3 grand a month. And we got 6, 7, 8 of them, I forget exactly, right? But we generated about 15 grand in recurring revenue. Totally worth it. Where else can you spend $400 or $500 and some hours of your time and make that kind of money on recurring revenue? You can't, right? You can't go to a bunch of BNI meetings and luncheons and meetups to generate that kind of income. Okay, back to the point. You got the letter. You're gonna basically have to print the letter, fold the letter up, put them in the envelope, drop your monkeys in. We used monkeys. You could use dice. You could use almost any lumpy object, right? We just used monkeys because it worked for us, right? We bought them at Walmart. You get them at Amazon. You get them any place, really, any department store or any general retailer or something like that, right? Then handwrite the address, handwrite the return address. Do not put your business name on it. Do not resist making labels, right? The handwriting makes a difference. If you completely look like a child writing, try and find someone who can. My wife helped me with this at the time, right? But I used my handwriting. It was poor, but it worked, right? It used real stamps, right? And make sure you have some sort of way to track the results. So you can see if someone clicks, or not clicks, but visits the URL that you want them to, right? Now you might be saying, this doesn't look very professional. I want to have a glossy postcard, or I want my business logo on there or whatever. You go ahead and do that if you want, right? And then please come back and email me or post a comment below this video and you tell me how it works, right? Because I'm telling you, I've sent a lot of direct mail and I've spent a lot on different ad platforms, and unbranded, unmasked works better every time, right? And it's not just me who says this. Go look up stuff that Gary Halpert's talked about, John Carlton, Dan Kennedy, right? A lot of great direct response, direct mail copywriters, right? These aren't people who use like Facebook ads. These are people that had to pay for each stamp and people would mail checks back to them for what they were selling, right? Of where these ideas are rooted in, okay? So I hope you found this valuable. I know there's a ton of videos out there for like 7 strategies to get clients for your agency or whatever, but they're all the same crap, right? They're all build your LinkedIn network or use DuckSoup and mass message people, which I hate and have tried and then quickly stopped because I hated the responses I got, right? It's not cold calling. It's not go to BNI meetings or really leverage your network, right? It's a system you can leverage for success that you've got. Now, I've got a couple more videos I'm going to do that play into this. So again, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because I'm going to give you 2 more ways in upcoming videos on how you can use cold email in videos and how you can also use PPC search ads in Bing and Google to use this same type of landing page that we're going to build for this direct mail campaign to get people to it. And this 3-pronged approach of cold emails with videos and the direct mail piece and search ads, PPC ads, will allow you to probably scale out to about as big as you want to be, right? Unless you've got ginormous aspirations. But most of us trying to make 6 figures a year in this industry can get there with just these 3 approaches to client generation. So thanks so much. If you want all the pieces to this strategy, click the link in the description below, and I will send you over the letter template that you could. Please don't swipe it, obviously, but you can utilize it to create your own concept and start acquiring clients for your agency now. So thank you so much for watching this all the way to the end. I appreciate you. Very grateful that you gave me 15, 16 minutes of your time today. Please subscribe so you'll get all my updates and future videos that I push out. Have a great day. Bye for now.